It's just amazing, the gigs of our lives, the gigs and stuff, and I should really, you know, I used to play in this band years ago, Men at Work, but I should stop talking about it because it's, you know, people's memories really fade, you know, and I did this interview, I've been doing these interviews, and I did one, I was in Brisbane, I was talking to this girl in Western Australia, she called up and she said, "Oh, hello, is that Colin Hay?" I said, yeah. She says, "Oh, my name's Renee. Did your publicist say I was going to call you?" I said, yeah. She says, "Oh, I can't remember her name." And I said, "Michelle." She goes, "No, Renee." I said, "Yeah, but her name's Michelle." And she went, "Oh, yeah, right. You born in Western Australia?" I said, "No." She said, "You ever lived in Western Australia?" I said, "No." She goes, "Oh, not a problem. When did you leave the Talking Heads?"
I haven't seen you in a long time, since I've been gone. It always seemed to be the wrong time. It's the same old song. Looks like we'll never be together our whole lives through.
It was a phenomenon in the true sense, you know, that band. It doesn't really happen to very many people what happened to us, you know.
So Colin, you've been living in Los Angeles for a while now. And it seems to me that you're forsaking one of the world's most livable cities for one of the world's most unlivable cities, LA.
Oh, well, that's a good question. I don't actually feel like I've forsaken Melbourne, really, because I come back here so much. But I went to Los Angeles about 6 years ago because I got a record deal with MCA Records. And I was also getting divorced. So there was a few things pointing away from Melbourne and Australia in general just at that particular time. And Melbourne is a great city, it's a great place to live, and there is no real logical reason why I'm there, but I must admit that when I am there, I do find it inspirational in a different kind of way. You know, I might see Joni Mitchell down a music store. I mean, as shallow as that sounds, that excites me. And I've got a studio in my basement that my friend Max built. Max Merritt.
What's he doing over there?
You know, he's playing music and plays music, and he's you know, he's good at building and things. Because he built I think he built a studio for himself, you know, and I think he built Billy Thorpe's studio as well.
The music industry in particular is a very difficult one to survive in. What is it that keeps you going, keeps you motivated?
It's still the same thing, the buzz of writing a song or and recording it and performing it, really. That's kind of the three things. And I still really love it, you know. I love listening to other people's stuff. I love doing it myself and stripping away stuff. You know, I love it. And if I write a really good line for a song, I'll take a couple of days off. You know, my frustration really has been to how to find my audience.
It's a terrible industry to survive in, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I figure I'm very lucky. You know, I'm very fortunate because I never really I had this path that I was on, you know, and I followed it really, over the last 15 or 16 years, I've been able to make a living out of playing music, you know, and I haven't had to do anything else, which I don't particularly want to do. So I figured I'm ahead of the game.
Any minute now, a ship is coming in. I'll keep checking the horizon.
I'm quite happy to have, you know, started out when I started out, but
it's kind of more innocent then, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably. I mean, even it was probably even more innocent before that, you know. But yeah, I think it's a lot more. You know, the whole marketing aspect of the music business seems to be much more. You know, people. It's a bit more brutal, you know. And I don't really know whether it's because of the fact that I'm getting older, but I perceive or I imagine that you know, a bit of the spirit has gone out of the actual process of, it used to be a little more organic.
What's LA music radio like?
It's kind of extreme in Los Angeles. I mean, they have this, or the whole of America. I mean, it's quite in a sense, it's very extreme because it's very conservative. Most people listen to country radio, country. You know, only in the cities do they listen to urban music or pop music or classic rock, as they call it, you know. I mean, it's all done by consulting these days, you know. You can buy a radio format, you know, which is pretty scary. Yeah, but nowadays they have this other new format which is called AAA, which is quite interesting in America, which is something like adult album alternative or something like that it's called. But it's basically it's about 80 stations, and it's a new format which I would fit into, I think anyway. And you know, they'll play anything. They'll play Lyle Lovett, or they'll play maybe a raconteur track, or they'll play, you know, Pearl Jam. Yeah, it's very eclectic, you know, and so that's heartening, because at least there's people out there trying to do something different, break the thing of it either being pop radio or album radio. There's not very many mavericks or personalities on radio anymore. People who just play something because they like it, you know, that doesn't happen so much anymore. People just play what's, you know, in front of them that's to do with the, you know, the ratings. But the AAA, which is formatted still, but at least it's, you know, it's trying something new, you know. You know, when you strip away the veil of superficiality, there's some pretty interesting people doing interesting things, you know. But it's not, you know, it's not a place for the faint-hearted, you know. It's a hard town to just feel comfortable in. You know?
I woke up this morning, still got questions in my head. At least the weather's getting cooler now. No longer forced to leave my bed. The sun shines through my window, makes my old house creak and moan. Reminds the old lady down the market, sitting in the sun, stretching her weary bones. And I leave the light on.
But I listen to a lot of different things. I mean, I like listening to. I mean, I think that somebody like that, you know, a band like the Smashing Pumpkins, you know, write fabulous pop songs, you know, and who else is there at the moment? I don't know. There's lots of, you know, Ed Cooper's really good, you know, and Paul Kelly's really good, and there's a Scottish band I really like called Delamitri. They're really good. You know, there's really good songwriters around, you know, and I still listen to, of course, to Joni Mitchell, who I think is just, you know, totally fantastic. I listen to a lot of different things. I like to, you know, have a laugh, and I love silliness, you know, and I laugh at my friends, and I really do enjoy, you know, the absurdities of life. I played in Bermagui on the south coast of New South Wales, and I was really looking forward to it, you know, a beautiful part of the world. And I thought all the hippies had come out of the hills, you know. And then I saw kind of out of the corner of my eye that this bus pull up, you know, with the North Albury Football Supporters Club, you know, come for a really good night out, you know. And they were really pissed. And they all came in, and it was like this, and huddled down the front. And I thought, you know, it's a real hard, you know, to kind of just compete with that, you know, and they're all kind of standing, kind of wanting to kind of dance or attack a small country, one of the two, you know. And all of a sudden, I'm just standing there, and as a guy just jumps up on the stage, and he's just standing next to me, and he goes, "Hey, mate." I said, "What?" He goes, "I want to sing the North Albury Football Club song, mate." Yeah, there's not really a lot you can say to that, you know. I just kind of went, oh. You know, I thought, I fucking nut him, you know, I know, and he's just going, "Don't get upset, mate, don't get upset. I'm not as famous as you. I could be, though, I could be." And I made the fatal mistake. I said, "Well, who wants to hear this North Albury football song?" And all these guys go, "Oh, I haven't spoken to anyone all day, that's the thing, you know. I hardly said 2 words to anybody, so I get a chance to have a bit of a chat to people. It's like, oh, here you go. It's all the rubbish that's going on in my head. And it is that most of the time. I think it is in most people's, you know. Anyway, that's it. Once I decide that I've got nothing else to say, that's it for me. I just stop right there and get on with the business, you know. That's it. But Got no fucking act at all. I keep saying to myself before I come on, I go, what are you going to say to these people? You've got no fucking act. He's just this wee voice up here going, what are you going to say to these people? Oh, I don't know. New shoes.